This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Peninsula Regional Medical Center.
So it probably happened earlier this afternoon around 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Maybe it's happening right now. The yawning, no desire or motivation to do anything.
Wake up, Jimmy. You would do just about anything to lay your head down for a few moments and get in a cat nap. Nothing wrong with that, right?
Well, new research raises some questions about those midday snoozes. Researchers at Cambridge University did some tests and found people who napped more than an hour or more each day were 32% more likely to die early. In fact, they had a greater risk of death by heart disease, cancer, and respiratory illness.
It's a bit eye-opening, isn't it? So, is napping out of the question? Well, joining us today to provide some insight on this new research is Linda Hurley, Director of Peninsula Sleepwaves at PRMC. Linda, thank you for joining us this afternoon. So what do you make of this research? Is taking a nap really life-threatening?
I find the statistics interesting. They're about the same as the early death statistics for very similar reasons as having obstructive sleep apnea. But ideally, your sleep should be consolidated, 7 to 9 hours every night. It's better for your health, it's better for your healing, for your memory consolidation, and for learning. If it's broken up, it's not going to be as efficient. It's not going to be as good for you.
Can napping on a regular basis maybe indicate something else is wrong?
Absolutely. The first thing, of course, as a sleep professional that comes to my mind is obstructive sleep apnea, which continues to interrupt your sleep through the night. But you should always speak with your physician if you're tired. Mm-hmm. You could have diabetes, you could be depressed, you could have low blood pressure, you could have
cardiac issues.
Cardiac issues, low testosterone. I just learned a thing about low testosterone, though. If you treat low testosterone and you have obstructive sleep apnea, you can actually make the sleep apnea worse, which raises your other health risks. I just learned that the other day.
Okay.
So,
well, back to napping. If we do take a nap, how long should that nap be?
20 minutes to a half an hour.
Really?
Yes, because if you go any longer, you're getting into deeper phases of sleep. Mm-hmm. And then when it's time to wake up, you're like, no, I'm not ready. I need to sleep more. So if you have to sleep longer than a half an hour, if you must catch up on your sleep, make it about 90 minutes because that's a full sleep cycle.
Okay, and it really does affect if you take a really long nap in the day, that affects your overnight sleep.
It absolutely does because it makes it much more difficult to get to sleep at night. So, if you're really tired in the afternoon, you might just get up and move. Take a brisk walk, eat an apple, eat something light, something that will wake you up and perk you up and give you a little sugar jolt,
right.
or a little protein. Because late in the afternoon, your blood sugar is going to drop. Your lunch has worn off.
Well, what about our kids? I thought it was a good idea for kids to have an afternoon nap.
Preschoolers, yeah. Mm-hmm. And in fact, the studies show that they learn better if they have a little nap in the middle of the day.
Really?
Yep.
So what does napping do to the body?
It throws off your circadian rhythm, or it can. Mm-hmm. It can refresh you if you need a nap. You get a little power nap. You've heard that. I think President Kennedy used to take power naps a lot.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But it can also throw off your circadian rhythm. It can make it harder to go to sleep at night. It can make it. If you're too rested when you go to bed, then you're going to wake up at 2 o'clock. Okay, what do I do now? Can't clean the house. It'll wake me up more.
So basically, you're supposed to be awake during the day and asleep at night. That's the goal.
Yes, sunlight. Darkness creates melatonin, sunlight wakes you up. By the way, that's 5:45 right now. Just saying.
So what about the people who just simply feel tired all the time?
Talk to your doctor. If you feel tired all the time, there may be an underlying problem. If you're sleeping 7 to 9 hours a night and you feel like you're doing all the right things that way, you're getting plenty of exercise, because exercise will help you sleep. It will also keep you refreshed and stay awake. It will better your body functions. Right. Obviously, the more alert you'll feel all day. But if you feel tired all the time, you absolutely must speak with your physician.
So you say exercise can help us avoid that midday slump?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Yeah. Is there any other lifestyle changes we could make?
Eat right, lose weight.
Yeah.
All the normal healthy things. Eat the right stuff. Not a lot of carbs. If you have a lot of carbohydrates at lunch, they wear off and then you crash.
Now, I'll admit, I've got an odd schedule. Mm-hmm. I go to bed early, I get up early during the week. On the weekend, I kind of tend to stay up late and sleep late.
Are you a teenager? Teenagers do that.
I'd like to think so, but no.
Feel like a teenager? No, that's actually very bad. You're giving yourself essentially jet lag.
Oh.
If you come in from the West Coast to the East Coast, you're coming in to an earlier time. It takes 3 days, about an hour per time zone. So if you're shifting your sleep schedule by 3 hours, you've essentially flown in from California. It takes about 3 days to get right. By midweek, you're feeling pretty good, and you do it all over again.
A lot of good information. Thank you so much, Linda.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
And next week, could lack of sleep literally make you nuts? Find out if your sleepless nights could actually be driving you crazy. It's just part 1 of our 3-part series, Normal or Nuts.
And to read more about PRMC, about sleep, sleep disorders, even sleep treatments, all you have to do is go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab.
All right, now that you're wide awake,
I'm awake.
listen up. No, really, listen. Are your kids trying to tell you something? It could make all the difference in the world when it comes to them making smart decisions. We'll explain next.
Well, one decision we definitely want our kids to decline is to start using heroin. But the one thing that can save someone from an overdose has been criticized. We're going to take a look at both sides of the issue. Plus, WBOC's Karina Paiza stops by to share the story of a family who knows all too well the impacts of heroin. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.